Good morning. I hope you can see me because I'm not standing up on I said I didn't need it, but I'm kind of shorter than I thought I am. No, you're good. I guess can you see me, Tasha? Oh, thank you all for being here. So great to see all your smiling faces out there. I'd also like to thank our pastors for inviting me to speak to you this morning, and thank Spirit for the inspiration to share from my heart what was the most valuable thing to me on my journey. We have a history here. I always like to mention, and I saw a few new hands go up, that we have a long history here in Cassadaga of spirit world guidance and direction. And from the 1890s up until today, spiritualism and those that practice its principles have had a significant impact in the philosophy, the science, and the religion worldwide. And the Cassadaga Spiritualist Camp has been a part of that history for over 130 years. So it's very significant, and we thank you for coming out and enjoying a Sunday service with us. Coming from an upbringing where religion was not emphasized, I've been discovering my own path with spiritualism for over 30 years now. An interesting fact of social trends and changes indicates that we're living in a time period right now where a significant percentage of people are turning away from or have turned away from traditional religious practices, but they're looking for more spiritual practices for living their lives. You often hear in spiritualism, hear us referred to as a science, a philosophy, and a religion. And today I want to talk about, from my own perspective, with spiritualism as a religion, the question that I ask myself every day is, how does practicing spiritualism bring me peace? I think that's the true mark of if your spiritual practice is helping you to feel peace. Spiritualism as a religion provides a framework for understanding life, death, and the continuation of the soul. It encourages personal spiritual development, ethical living, and a deep connection with the spirit world. My own daily practice is just intending to stay conscious of the fact that I'm infinite, eternal spirit, incarnate. I'm trying to remember that every one of us, without exception, is at the core of their being a divinely perfect soul, and is sharing a time and an experience with my divine soul here in this 3D world. I also intend to remember that everyone that I interact with has a part to play in my drama. Now, that might be a cameo appearance that lasts only a few minutes, or it could be a significant soul family member that is joining me for a much longer leg of my trip through life. I try to remember that as eternal souls having human experiences, we're playing parts in each other's stories. And sometimes someone has to play the villain. One of the most personally life-changing realizations that spiritualism has allowed me to embrace and grow spiritually from is the realization that communication with spirit or infinite intelligence is not only with deceased loved ones. Angels, nature spirits or elemental spirits, spirits of animals, and spirits of plants are also conscious beings that can be communicated with and that can offer advice that we can be guided by. Finding a balance between the left brain, logical, linear thinking, and the right brain's creative, intuitive, sensitive feeling nature is sometimes a challenge. Some people will be hearing me say these things and will have the feeling of agreement or aligning within themselves, and others will think I've lost my mind and I am deluded by my beliefs. And I'm okay with that. Because sometimes the longest journey that we take on our spiritual path is the journey from the head to the heart. The most challenging and significant journey we undertake in this life is not a physical one, but an internal journey of aligning our thoughts, beliefs, and knowledge, the head, with our emotions and feeling and inner wisdom, the heart. The journey is often described as long because it can take time and effort and deep introspection to truly internalize what we know intellectually and allow it to influence our emotional state and our actions. Spiritual development is something that you hear a lot about around here. And as with mediumship and healing development, this is a very personal process that's different for every person. I found a description of my own process is actually more about daily inviting the angels and the spirit guides and loved ones around me to send me signs and to help me to develop my own spiritual practice. Even more important to me is committing to walking that path daily, and in doing so, deepening my connection to the spirits of all life. The point Spirit has impressed upon me to make today is that our spirit teams are standing at the ready to be invited to play a more significant role in our daily lives. The angels that exist in many forms and frequencies are also divinely created beings that have guided my spiritual process and have affirmed their presence to me more times than I can count. There are hierarchies of angelic beings that serve the planet and all life residing here. The angels that are closest to humans are archangels and angels that are serving as our guardians. I have complete faith that they are committed to helping to light my path with their personal messages, their confirmations and synchronicities, and have so consistently over many years that I've come to expect it and recognize it on a daily basis. The principles of spiritualism are intricately connected to universal or natural laws. The angels help us to align with the highest levels of universal love and well-being. The universe responds to our frequency. It does not recognize our personal wants or needs. It only understands the frequency in which we are vibrating. For example, if I were vibrating in the frequency of fear and guilt or shame, I'm going to attract very similar vibrations. But if we're all vibrating in the frequency of love and joy and abundance, then we're going to attract those things that support that frequency. It's kind of like tuning into a radio station. You have to be tuning into the type of music that you want to listen to. Just like we have to be tuned in to the energy that we want to manifest in our lives. We have many amazing and generous teachers on the planet at this period of time, all trying to show us our own divinity, our own ability to change the circumstances that we're in if we're not enjoying it. In the words of the late Dr. Wayne Dyer, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. Angels are always ready to help us connect with a new level of knowledge. One way that I have developed that communication with the angelic realms is to mentally check in with them every day, acknowledge their presence, thank them for their loving energies that surround my every word, thought, and action. That's what I ask of them. And I take time to ensure that only love comes to me and only love comes from me. I ask for them and their continued guidance and confirmation regarding the path that I've chosen to travel. A fun way to receive angelic messages is to begin noticing angel numbers. Angels love to show us messages with repeating number sequences like 1111 or 2222. This has been occurring in my life daily for many years now. It's an interesting phenomenon having angels connect with frequency and vibration through repeating numbers that can come from clocks, receipts, license plates, phone numbers, wherever you see numbers. Then to discover that they resonate with the derived meaning of information found in ancient teachings on the principles of gematria and numerology. Gematria is a traditional Jewish system of assigning numerical values to the letters of the Hebrew alphabet. This practice is rooted in the belief that words and phrases with identical numerical values have a hidden relationship to convey deeper meaning. I'm always so touched by how the numerical messages that I see when I've decoded them is usually very relevant to what I'm experiencing in my life. It's like a wink from the angels that say, "You got this. It's all in perfect order." I would like to share some brief words from three of the most revered teachers that I have encountered on the subject of angels. Paramahansa Yogananda, a spiritual teacher and author of Autobiography of a Yogi and A Man's Eternal Quest, spoke about angels in a mystical and spiritual context. He viewed angels as divine beings or messengers of God who assist and guide individuals on their spiritual journeys. Yogananda believed that angels are real and that they work in subtle ways to help people fulfill their spiritual goals and to connect with the divine. He often emphasized the importance of cultivating a relationship with these higher beings through prayer, meditation, and righteous living. And then Edgar Cayce. Edgar Cayce was known as the sleeping prophet and provided numerous readings on a variety of spiritual topics, including angels. Cayce described angels as messengers of God who serve various roles, such as guiding, protecting, and inspiring individuals. According to Cayce, angels are real and can interact with humans, often influencing their lives in subtle yet significant ways. He believed that angels could be perceived or sensed during deep meditation or spiritual experience. Cayce also emphasized that everyone has a guardian angel who watches over them and can be called upon for help and guidance through prayer and sincere intention. Dolores Cannon, a well-known hypnotherapist and author, explored many metaphysical and spiritual topics through her work in past life regression and hypnosis. In her extensive body of work, Cannon spoke about angels as highly evolved spiritual beings that exist in higher dimensions and serve as guides, protectors, and messengers for humanity. She believed that angels are always available to help individuals, but can only do so if they're asked, respecting the principle of free will. Cannon's insight into angels often came from the subconscious memories and higher selves of her clients during hypnosis sessions, revealing a consistent theme of benevolent and loving support from these celestial beings. Now, of course, I'm aware of the loving spirits present of departed loved ones and friends that surround us all the time and who bring evidential information to a medium to convey to the loved ones. It affects immense healing in these communications. Angels can assist mediums and spiritualist healers as instruments for the healing energies of infinite intelligence to flow through them to a receptive recipient. Healing mediums also act as channels for energies of spirit doctors and masters to work through them. We all have guardian angels and archangels that can be asked for help when needed. Many have specific specialties assigned. Archangel Raphael is considered in several ancient traditions to be a supreme healing angel who has a frequency that appears as an emerald green light. Healing comes from the angelic realms and has many varied and specific frequencies that can affect the healing and the personal through personal intention to receive healing, and also by holding an intention to send healing or to a person, a place, or even a thing remotely. Another amazing field of investigation regarding connection between frequencies and the corresponding color, musical note, astrological cycles, even essential oils and crystals is fascinating. It's more of an intricate work with the angelic beings to occur. These angelic frequencies are all related to the electromagnetic light spectrum that is detectable by the human senses. Our spiritual bodies and the chakra centers are all connected with these same frequencies. So daily attention to these energy centers and maintaining a balance is key to feeling peace in body, mind, and spirit. Learning and practicing these things in your own spiritual practice will provide you with your own experiences. Your soul may be recognizing that you have come into this life for a much larger mission than you thought. The development that occurs in you as you heal and grow lifts us all, is what I meant to say. As the saying goes, the high tide raises all boats. I do not believe it's an accident that you're here on Earth or at this time, or not an accident that you're sitting here this morning. You're meant to be here. Our souls all have a purpose for being here in the physical body at this time in the energetic planetary transformation that we're all sharing. Because at the core of infinity, we are all one being. My inner knowing has come to recognize that unity is our highest state of being. We're here incarnate in the physical to realize that the truth at our core and to recognize the result is to raise the consciousness of this entire planet and all of us living here by healing our own soul's frequency from within the body that we inhabit. I want to read a poem by L.R. Nost that beautifully states my sentiments on this. Here's to the bridge builders, the handholders, the light bringers, those extraordinary souls wrapped in ordinary lives who quietly weave threads of humanity into an inhumane world. They are the unsung heroes in a world at war with itself. They are the whisperers of hope that peace is possible. Look for them in this present darkness. Light your candle with their flame, and then go. Build bridges, hold hands, bring back light to the dark and desperate world. Be the hero that you're looking for. Peace is possible, and it begins with us. That's L.R. Nost. If you're feeling within you recognition in my words that you too are being called to step up your efforts to make a difference in this world, begin by opening your heart to your own spirit team. There's a lot of light shining on earth in today's world. The internet and written material that's available today will help awaken and inspire those who are ready for a consciousness boost. Discernment is key. to enlist your researching angels and guides that help you find your personal truth and then boldly live it in your daily life. To understand your planetary role in Earth's ascension, research geophysics and cycles of planetary movement, and you will discover that we are living at a very exciting and volatile time of electromagnetic shifting and change, not only from our sun's major cycles, but from the Earth's magnetic poles as well. We are electromagnetic beings, and these energies are having profound effects on humanity's consciousness. High levels of discernment are also developing and allowing people to begin to notice very old and systemic deceptions that have been perpetrated on humanity for centuries. We're awakening and we're saying no, we won't be manipulated any longer. Control and fear have been used for centuries to keep the populations of the world distracted. We're watching the ending of the Piscean age of religions and individual spirituality and sacrifice to the dawning of the age of Aquarius, expected to emphasize technology, innovation, humanitarianism, and collective consciousness. Astrologically, all the cycles are in alignment for a massive awakening and change in course for humanity. Research this to your own satisfaction. The transformation from within that results from all the searching and development that we do individually is what will turn this world around, one person at a time. We're here to heal this world. We have looked at the larger outer world through our spiritual lenses, but the serious healing work starts within us. The outer world is reflecting to each of us what we individually need to heal from. In the words of the Greek philosopher Socrates, know thyself is traditionally attributed to emphasizing self-knowledge as a key component of philosophy and ethical living. He believed that understanding oneself as essential for living a virtuous and fulfilling life. We need to be willing to look inwardly at what drives our thoughts and our emotions. Prayer, meditation, and contemplation are our tools. Deeply contemplative and truth of our own spiritual nature and who you truly are as an eternal spirit, having a brief experience in this earth school. You are a free will being who must choose for yourself how you live in this world and must invite intervention from angels and guides. Again, you're a free will being. You must ask for this. Ask Spirit to assist you with healing frequencies and impressions that help you to recognize, or help us to recognize, the thoughts and beliefs that keep painful energies trapped in and around us. In my opinion, possessing a peaceful frame of mind consistently requires us to do our inner work of meditation and prayerful contemplation, to relax and to receive frequencies of healing, or receive helpful communication with the angelic realms, the elemental realms, and the astral realms where our guides and teachers reside. How do we begin to consistently remember that we're all created from infinite spirit and infinite love? Through commitment to our own healing. Perhaps through daily devotion to honor your constant connection with your higher self that is part of infinite spirit and that is never not available to you. Some people will be hearing me say these things once again, and the feeling of agreement and aligning within them, but others will be thinking I have lost my mind and am deluded in my beliefs. We each have to decide for ourselves what we truly believe. Question everything. Each belief that you hold has a potential to have been programming from some other source. Examine it and decide for yourself if it's true for you. Nikola Tesla said, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Transformation is underway. The amount of evidence that the cyclic times that we're living through are now ending an old way of being and birthing a new way of being on Earth. And it is truly astounding. It is out there. You can research it and find it. Many astrologers and astronomers are united on this, and that we are in a very pivotal year in 2024 for ending of past cycles and the beginning of new eras that emphasize unity among people and the exposure and elimination to end abusive and false control systems. The end of the old frequency of the age of Pisces is ending, and the new frequency of Aquarius is emerging. Look into the discoveries. Once again, research this for yourselves. Look into the discoveries about light and information. The frequencies are raising human consciousness through the information contained in the photonic light coming to the earth from our sun. This change is occurring throughout the entire solar system and is ushering in a new era of higher consciousness for mankind. This is monitored and observable. On a personal level, cultivating spiritual healing development in one's life requires a willingness to examine old, deeply held beliefs and traditions that we hold dear, and to also have a willingness to look at new ways of being. We are multidimensional beings with subtle bodies in the mental, emotional, and spiritual and etheric realms. Using the frequencies and vibrations and music tones and different instruments has profound effect in healing and balancing. We can decide to let go of and release old ways of being and choosing only what supports the dreams of our hearts for living our best lives. We're all being faced with looking at our own lives and realizing that if there are things happening out there in our lives that we don't like, then there's a message from our higher selves to let us know where we have something to look at. Perhaps we hold judgment or something on someone's behavior that is mirroring something that we don't want to acknowledge. We're living through a time of tremendous transformation and change, both in the macro outer world, being observed in the cosmos, and the micro quantum inner levels of our being, where the expected rules of classic physics breaks down. Mankind is discovering that we are, in fact, eternal spiritual beings, having an experience that up until now has been intended to control and limit awareness of the unlimited creative capabilities in humankind. Organized religions, strict dogmas, and restrictions have begun to loosen their ability to control with fear. Enlightenment equals consciousness, and higher consciousness equals superpowers of discernment and inner strength. When we're together in unity within our own communities, this superpower is increased exponentially. So join with your friends and your families. Hold circles, hold hands, create the energetic force of love in your own life. We as humanity are seeing that we are so very powerful when united, and that the effort of control by the few can no longer keep us divided. Another interesting bit of information being brought through from Dolores Cannon's quantum healing hypnosis sessions is that many souls have incarnated on Earth at this time in order to be here at this exact time. Each of us individually healing our own traumas and tragedies through our individual commitment and inner work to assist all of mankind at this pivotal time in Earth's evolution to higher frequencies. And we're doing this by forming and healing ourselves in mass, all of us together. Yet another level of spiritual beings are coming through in trans-channeling, mediums, and through experiencers, and you may have started to hear about it. And that is the beings disclosed in these sessions are saying that they're human beings, only not from Earth. There's a mountain of credible evidence from experiencers that say ET has been here forever. Research the subject yourself. Approach all this information with an open mind and discernment. Don't believe me. Think for yourself and search for your own level of satisfaction so that you have your own opinion of it. We live in a world of opposite polarities that has been referred to as a battle between good and evil. We're all choosing what world we want to be a part of. We're all living at a time during a time on Earth where truth is being revealed about the true creative capabilities of human beings. And when Jamie said in her meditation how strong and powerful you all are, when you opened up to her meditation, is palpable. The most exciting thing to me is understanding our own capability to heal ourselves when we come together with our teams. How often do we expect communication from spirit in some form to show up? Perhaps we should expect it more often. Be watching for it. Because the more you do, the stronger the communication becomes. How many spiritual masters and leaders have to say to us, love each other as you love yourself? The golden rule in doing unto others as you would have done to you is part of the spiritualist principles. If we learn nothing more than how important that one principle is, the world would be immeasurably kinder. Together we can create a world that we all want to live in by individually becoming the person that we all want to be. We are a collective consciousness unified within the field, and we can decide to support the unity in every community. I would like to thank you all for the part that you play in this endeavor. And I thank you for your kind attention, and I hope that there's been something I've shared that will inspire you on your walk with Spirit. Thank you.